And we welcome you into Pioneer Football Show with Pioneer coach Jerry Odom. The Pioneers traveled to historic Setzler Field in Newberry, South Carolina this past Saturday to take on the Newberry Wolves. And a little setback, fall 30-20. Joined by Pioneer coach Jerry Odom. And I think a contest where we travel down and we go and we feel as if we've got a really good game plan, and then the 5 turnovers kind of reared their ugly head. It's tough to overcome those mistakes. It doesn't matter who you're playing,
no.
and we couldn't overcome that.
You're not beating anybody in this conference with 5 turnovers, and we did some really good things. You go look at it, we did some really, really good things. Defensively, you hold them to 250 yards of total offense, but then we gave up. We had a play on a bootleg where we had the guy covered. We don't bring a guy, and then we give up something. We had him covered, and we come off of him for whatever reason. Young guy, he's going to be a really good player. Just does something dumb, and then we get beat. Another young guy gets beat deep by number 4, and we told him all week, hey, this is what this guy does. He's a go guy, and he just got beat. And really, those are the 2 plays on defense that I wish I had back. The other touchdown they threw was a really good call by them. He caught me in a coverage. I was trying to protect a young corner, and he caught me in the right coverage, and, kudos to them. And then the other 9 points we weren't on the field for on defense, so that's part of the turnover issue. We turned over twice inside our 3-yard line. And then, throw a backwards pass. It was going to be a double pass. It was wide open if we had executed it. But then we don't get on it, and they run it in for a touchdown. Then we get a safety because our senior running back keeps trying to get extra yards instead of just going down on the 2-yard line because they got penetration. So it wasn't a great game. It was one of the worst games I've ever been a part of as far as, we should have won that football game, and I feel like I failed because we at times looked great and then at times looked uncoached to me, and that's the frustrating part. And our kids gave great effort. They could have folded their tent with all the crazy things that happened in the second quarter, but they came back out in the second half and battled, and we really, I thought we were going to win the game all the way in, until the fourth quarter. I still thought we were going to win the game. So, I'm proud of them for that, but we've got to get a lot better taking care of the football. We got to get a lot better winning, learning how to win games, because we got to stop screwing it up. That's really what it comes down to.
Let's take a look at the highlights. Tusculum versus Newberry, and we'll start at 1 o'clock start down there in South Carolina. We're going to start on the very first offensive series. The Pioneers have probably gotten off to as good a start as you can imagine outside of an onside kick, recovering and going and scoring. They win the toss, they defer, they get a 3 and out, and then they start to drive, and really the first 3 or 4 plays were just screenplays to Jordan Shipping.
Well, we're doing a lot more of this now. We got a running quarterback, and we're able to do a lot more of this. Really nice block on the power right here. Jordan breaks it, but really well blocked football play right there by the offensive line. I thought our offensive line did a pretty good job run blocking for sure. Almost 300 yards rushing in the game. Then you get a little crossing route to Torrey Ponder. Nice to have Torrey back. Makes a couple guys miss, gets another first down. As we move forward, come back here and run a little play action or a little drop back on 4th and 3, I believe. And, Bryce can use his feet. Did a great job using his feet. Come back, run the lead zone, do a great job building a wall, getting those guys stretched and building a wall. Good lead block by Boney. And we're able to get Jordan Shippey in for the touchdown.
Jordan had a season-best 162 yards on 16 carries and 2 touchdowns. Pioneers, who finished with 247 yards rushing and nearly doubled the total offense, 424 to 249. So almost more rushing yardage than total yards for Newberry in the contest. Well, the Pioneers' second series, after another 3 and out, starts off very well as well.
Yeah, throw a little dig to Jake Moss. Really good throw and catch right there. Come back. Good little scramble here. This little pitch thing he does on a little crossing route, I don't know. But he's accurate with it. And, hits Carter Mangle there for a first down. Come back, run a little G play to Gamillion right here. Really well blocked at the point of attack. We screwed this up, and we had it. We were gonna run a little bubble screen and go. You can see AJ's wide open, and we just missed the ball. Now my question is, why isn't that called if ours was called for a hit before the play? Give us a chance to play. But we got some rough calls in this game, but that's part of it. You got to go on the other teams, and play. And then we come back, and he looked like he was out of there to me by about a yard, but they gave him the safety. So now all of a sudden we give up 9 points in 2 drives, and that's tough. Come back, and that was after a 4th down stop by the defense. Come back
after a great goal line.
Great goal line stand. Come back, Chavis makes a really nice catch. Come back around the counter again to Shippey. Well done, good read by Bryce on the counter. Get good push there. We're able to come back and again get about another 5 yards on the counter. I mean, that was the 4th down though. I believe on 4th and 3 where it should have been a pass interference call the play before, but we don't get the call. It's blatant. Was told it was a pass interference, but it is what it is. But we didn't get the call, and so now we went for it and we didn't get it, and kind of kept them going. Really good pass. I don't know what Bryce is doing here. He just misread, bad throw. If he was supposed to throw work the other side and did not, I can't. We're dealing with freshmen. Sometimes it's going to happen. Run the zone again here with Thurlow Wilkins. Good cut right here. Thurlow also had a kickoff return for a touchdown and another one for about 60 yards. Come back here, throwing the football right here, and Bryce takes off. He shows how fast he is right here, and we're up ahead right here, and we just kind of see this guy coming, and they call that right there a
blindside hit.
A blindside block, and they call the touchdown back. So it looked like he was in front of him and could see him, but they said that he wasn't. The guy. That's all I can say. I really can't say any more. So we come back, I believe, and run the counter.
Another big gainer there for the
Pirates. Come right back, run a counter. Really well blocked play here. Shippey busted in the open right here. The safety was just pretty quick. We get it down to probably about the 16, 15-yard line, something like that. Get down to the 1-yard line. This is on 3rd down. Now, 1st down, I thought on the quarterback sneak we probably got in, but it was too hard to tell. And we throw a pick. They held the number 2 receiver. We were trying to high-load the corner. They held him. He couldn't get off the ball, and so we didn't really affect the corner. And he's got to throw the ball away right there and understand we got to get points. So we come back. Bryce right here scrambles for a 1st down.
On 3rd and 20.
On 3rd and 20. Cramps up, so then Colazzo's got to come in. Comes in initially, did a pretty good job. Right here, do a nice job on the zone. Again, hit the cutback right here. Shippey makes a nice cut, well blocked at the point of attack. And good job by the receiver on the backside. I think that was Chavis blocking, and we end up getting in for the score. Now we're kind of right back in this thing, down 3 points, and then we let them get a big kickoff return, and they hit us on a really good throw and catch by them. I got to give them credit on that one. So then we're back down 10, but we drive it right back down the field. Come here, throw the outside fade with Joaquin, really good throw. Thought that may be a little bit high, but didn't get the call, no issues. But down to the 3-yard line, getting ready to go in here, run a little G play into the boundary. Really well blocked, and we just dropped the football. I mean, he put it in there, he just dropped it. I mean, you see right there, he's going to walk into the end zone, and we just dropped it. And that was kind of it.
Yeah.
Again, 2 turnovers within the 3-yard line. You get one call, you throw a touchdown, or, the other team gets a touchdown on one picked up, but then there's a blindside block on it. So that's what happens. We didn't win the football game. We didn't deserve to win it because you can't win a football game with 5 turnovers. That's the bottom line.
It's a Pioneer team that, for this team, for the 5 turnovers, the year didn't have a fumble, like in the entire year until this contest, and they had their first 3 fumbles of the season against the Newberry Wolves. One was a quarterback sack, kind of a strip sack, and that's where the Pioneers were able to hold on defense on a 4th down and 1 from about the 3-yard line, and that's where the safety resulted. Newberry scores 9 consecutive points on defense, and that's kind of what puts them back into the game. And that little double throw, and we did see A.J. Bellinger wide open. The safety was rolling up, and Ziarno, kind of a backup quarterback, was going to have the arm to get it down there, and it was no question about it. It was there.
We talked about it all week. Now, we didn't run it right. Bryce put the back on the wrong side, and it kind of got screwed up from the get-go. But all we got to do, whether we ran it right or not on the initial, is just make the throw, you know. And he missed. I mean, that's part of it. You've got a freshman quarterback that's going to make some mistakes. And I'm fine. You know, Bryce is a good competitor. So is Joaquin. We can win with both those guys. I've said that all year. We've got to stop killing ourselves, though. That's what it comes down to.
Thurlow Wilkins, who we didn't get a chance to see on the kickoff return, sets a new school record for a game, 191 yards total in kickoff return yards. His 93-yard kickoff return for a touchdown to start the second half was the 7th longest in school history. His 191 yards surpasses that of All-American Ricardo Coakley. And, you know, we didn't get a chance to see him do – we saw one run for him there in the contest there in that first half that, you know, he comes in. He's big, he's strong, and, you know, he goes 100 miles an hour. And on kickoff returns, it's almost scary to watch him because he sees it so fast. He gets ahead of the guys who are out there creating the blocks for him.
Well, I think, too, those guys know that if he gets a crease, he's gone, so they're going to work even harder trying to block for him. I think that's one thing that we've done all year. The biggest thing we got to do with him is we got to find different ways to get him the football. I mean, that's what it's come down to. Part of it is, you know, he's got to learn his part, too. I mean, there's both sides to that. But he's certainly a guy that we got to use moving forward as a weapon.
It was interesting. You know how respectful he is, just, you know, even missing one game already this year in kickoff returns, that Todd Knight looked at Shea Rogers and said, if you kick it to him, you're fired. Now, he's telling that to an all-conference guy. So they kicked it to Maurice one time, but then you guys adjusted to what was going on.
What we were trying to do is stack them so they didn't know exactly where he was going to be, because I think that's the biggest thing. We're going to have to do that every week because, you know, I'm expecting people are got to stop kicking to him at some point. So we're trying to stack him, move him around, just, you know, so that they do have a chance to kick it to him. We just got to keep getting better at that aspect. I thought, you know, D. Alford had another really long punt return. I think those two units are doing a really, really good job. We just got to get everybody else playing at the same level. I mean, like I said, I have no problem with my kids' effort. At halftime, we could have folded our tent with all that crazy stuff that happened. They came back and fought all the way to the end of the game. We just have to stop making silly mistakes. And we've got to do a better job in 2-minute drill. Our 2-minute drill is not good enough right now. And we're going to make sure that's squared away, because that was, to me, embarrassing. But we'll keep working and keep trying to get better. And we got, you know, a big game this week, and it's homecoming. So looking forward to having everybody out, and hopefully we're going to put on a good show.
I'm a numbers guy, and I look at the numbers. Nearly double in total offense. You have one punt in the contest. You have kickoff returns. You have punt yardage, and you lost the game by 10. Sometimes those are the breaks, and the 5 turnovers can't overcome that. Pioneers fall to Newberry by a final of 30-20. We're back with our thoughts on homecoming and Wingate. Nationally ranked Bulldogs come to Pioneer Field this coming Saturday. We'll talk about that when our Pioneer Football Show continues after this.
Family.
Food's here!
What's it mean to you?
We got lunch.
To us, it means the people you care about, look out for, and love. Even if you'd never let them hear you say it.
Hey, you're eating hummus?
What's wrong with hummus?
Here at Ingalls, we have everything you need to gather around the table and give each other a hard time. Because that's what families do. Ingalls. All the ingredients for family.
Johnson City Toyota is the #1 Toyota dealership in the Tri-Cities because we make buying simple. First, we discount every vehicle every day, and we stand behind what we sell with a lifetime warranty. For more, simply go to johnsoncitytoyota.com.
So much of
Where the Pioneers and the Wingate Bulldogs will meet this coming Saturday. It'll be Homecoming 2019. A little bit more about Homecoming coming up here in just a few moments. Nationally ranked Wingate comes in, Coach. They've just gotten off a tough match with Catawba, a 13-10 win. They come from behind victory against Carson Newman.
Yep.
You know, it's hard to tell what's battle tested and what's not battle tested. I know that the Pioneers are. What do you expect out of the Bulldogs coming in?
Oh, they're a good football team. I mean, their head coach is a very good football coach. Give him all the credit in the world, and they do a tremendous job running the football. I mean, they're running the football right now for 210 yards a game. Had a bunch of big plays against Carson Newman in the running game, who's usually pretty stout up front. Last week, I felt like just didn't finish drives against Catawba probably, but we've got our hands full on defense, and we'll have to play great to keep them going. They're physical, they're going to do what they do. They're going to run the zone, and they're going to run the stretch, and then they're going to play action off of it, and they've got things that they like to do that they're very, very good at, and we're similar in some ways in how we play the game, which is always fun. Defensively, they're physical. They can run. Their linebackers are good players. They got a big defensive end, number 9, 6'5", 260 kid that's really powerful. Got a quick guy on the other side. So, I think it's going to be a heck of a game. I really do. I know our kids. We're not backing up. We're going to move forward. We don't care who we're playing. We're going to show up. We're going to give it everything we got, and we're going to be ready to play the game. But we give them all the credit in the world. They're a good football team.
The camp homecoming this coming Saturday for the Pioneers. And while we were in our commercial break, we learned that Thurlow Wilkins was named the South Atlantic Conference Special Teams Player of the Week, and a well-deserved honor.
Absolutely.
191
Absolutely.
yards and kickoff return yards, setting a new school record, surpassing that of Ricardo Coakley. It was pretty impressive. Hopefully you get a chance to see Thurlow as they'll play on Saturday against the Wingate Bulldogs as well. Coach, as always, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
He's Pioneer coach Jerry Odom. Thanks to all of those behind the scenes here at the Pioneer Sports Network, including Tom Donnelly, Jim Miller, Zach, Jessica, and Nick. He's going to be tying the chain this coming week. We're not going to have Nick on homecoming weekend, but I'm sure it'll be spectacular.
Getting married on homecoming
None
weekend?
of us were invited.
Interesting.
It's just crazy.
Thanks for the invite.
We probably would have just shut the school down had he invited
Absolutely.
us, but none of us got
Forsberg
the
wedding.
invite. It would have been awesome.
It
I'm
was
sure.
off. We
Incredible.
could have moved our game to Sunday.
Would have been really good cake and punch.
Outstanding.
Everything would have been good. I would have probably just eaten like royalty.
Yeah, sure.
We'll never know.
Never know. We didn't get an invite.
Best of luck, Nick.
Thanks.
We'll see you guys next week. Until then, Bryan State and go Pioneers.
I had to feel something because I wasn't talking to it.